Hello guys, today we're making our daughters some ramen soup. We're not going to make it soup, it's called dry noodles, and I'll show you how to do that. So first, let's get this back up to high. You want to open your package up, of course. You don't really have to measure the water because you're going to be draining it off later. This is for storage after making it. So we'll open up our noodles. I don't break them up. My daughter likes to use her hands and pull them up and stuff. I try to get her to use a fork, but she ends up using her hands. It's all good. Seasoning packet, you're not going to use all this. Save this for the end. Get your water to a boil. Here, see, take your pan. That's good. We'll get it up to a boil and let that go. I know the package says 3 minutes. You can do it in the microwave. No, I like to, once it gets to a boil, I like it. My daughter likes it a little more cooked. But I know it's already cooked. You don't have to explain that. But a little more, let's say a little more absorbed water. So seasoning packet. Get a fork out here. And then also, we're going to be making this one. We just picked this up today. So we're going to make the, as you can see, the Cheetos mac and cheese. Now for this one, of course on any mac and cheese it always says, you want 2 to 3 tablespoons of margarine or butter. We use margarine here. Obviously you boil your noodles. And then it says 1/4 cup of milk. You don't need the milk. Just when you run your noodles, whatever you want to call the shells, whatever, through the strainer, just don't strain them as much so they kind of have a little more moisture. If you want to use milk, go ahead, but we don't do a lot of dairy. Well, we do dairy. I like my cheese, but we don't drink a lot of milk here. And any milk, be it cow's milk, goat's milk, camel milk, whatever animals you think you can milk. Can't even get the thing open. Let's see here. So we're gonna boil these for 7 minutes, huh? Okay. So, and remember, once you dump this in, don't start the timer. You want the water to come back up to a boil. So, oh, and I forgot. It does help. Anyways, I've found a little bit of salt. Get a spoon here. And then, from years ago, I learned if you put a little bit of yeah, I know. A little bit of oil. I use olive oil, just a couple little drops in there. Someone many years ago told me that helps the pasta not stick to each other. It helps separate it and keep it separated. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. I just know it works. Okay, so our ramen noodles are boiling. Very good. So we'll go 4 minutes on that. Well, actually, no, let's go 7 minutes on these. So -3, 4. I can't do mental math anymore. Once the timer gets down to 4 minutes, I'll pull the ramen noodles off and strain them, and I'll show you that. It's a pretty easy process. So, yes. We'll be back. Okay guys, our time is about done. Oh, and with the ramen packet, you don't need to add any seasoning. They've got some type of weird, I don't know what you call it, but there's something in there. So we're gonna take it and bring it over here, dump it in the strainer. wash the little pot out later. Take, like I said, you don't have to get all the water out of it. You can still kind of leave it a little liquidy. Anyways, a little liquidy so the seasoning will stick to it. Because this one, we're just going to gently sprinkle, or lightly to say, and we're not going to use the whole seasoning packet on this ramen. Because it's way too much. It's meant, again, it's meant to be a soup. So, just take the seasoning packet. So, shake it down, open it up, kind of do a little sprinkle, and then kind of toss it around. And yes, I'm left-handed, so I don't usually use utensils with my right hand. And you only really want to use about half this packet. I used the whole one time. Man, it was so salty. But this is what's called dry noodle. Even though they're wet, it's not a soup. So, it's your dry, more of an Asian thing, since obviously my wife is from the Philippines. And now my daughter's half Filipino and half American. Or white to say, I guess. And like I said, just a little bit. And then the rest, yeah, I mean, if you want to use the rest in something else and save it, that's up to you. I throw it in the garbage. I mean, shoot, you could probably put it in some hot water and make some chicken stock or something. Chicken flavored water. So this I'm just going to let and cool down. I'll put the lid on it later. Throw it in the fridge, and then when my daughter wants noodles, we'll reheat it. She'll have noodles. So, the mac and cheese here, the Cheetos, is almost done. Boiling. We went for 7 minutes. 7 minutes based off of it coming back to a boil. So once you dump the noodles in, it drops the water temperature. If you don't know this, it's got to come back up to a boil, and then I start the timer then. Not from the point the water's boiling, because you're bringing it down from boiling once you dump the noodles in, which should be theoretically at room temperature. So, we got another minute. We're almost done. We'll come back.
Guys, today I got home, so my husband, he made spaghetti. It's good, and the taste is good, and he put bread, garlic. So,
Garlic, onion.
oh yeah, garlic, onion. That is the, what is that?
Garlic bread.
Okay.